Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Will, and I'm really excited today to have Brian Jenzer on the phone. Brian's in Raleigh, North Carolina. He's the executive chef at Tap and Table, which is part of the Trophy Brewing group, and it's one of their outlets. And gosh, these guys are doing some amazing stuff. If you've been to Raleigh, you know anything about the food scene in Raleigh, it's fantastic food and beer scene, and these guys are doing some really good work. They have a phenomenal reputation. They've grown really well the last few years, and they just got through this ridiculous storm that we had here in North Carolina, Hurricane Florence, that took its very slow time moving through and dumping rain and wind and messing all kinds of stuff up, but they got through without any damage, and they're back in action. So, Brian, thanks for taking the time today, man.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
So what's well, first of all, I'll say this. I asked Woody, I said, who are some folks that, you know, are really good at what they do, that work for you, that love what they do and are good at articulating that? And he said, Brian. So that's why we're talking, man. But what's your experience been in the hospitality business? Like, how did you get started in the industry?
I just, graduating from high school, just needed a job, started delivering pizzas, started making pizzas. And then I just like being in the kitchen. So I started working for a hotel. And I'm originally from California, from Huntington Beach. And I just started working at a hotel there. And then the chef told me, you got to go to culinary school. So from there, I went to Culinary Institute of America, graduated, did 2 years there, and just started traveling and cooking all over the world, basically. So,
when did you go to culinary school?
2007.
Okay.
So, or no, I graduated 2007.
You graduated in 2007?
Yeah. So in 2005.
Let me ask you this. Do you culinary school is an interesting topic for me because there are a lot of people I talk to that have been and they got a ton out of it. There's also a lot of people that didn't go to culinary school that are doing really well also. So like, give me your take on that. Or is it, I mean, like, is it as valuable now as it was when you graduated? Would you do it again? Just your thoughts on that aspect.
Okay. Yeah. I think when I did like 10 years ago or more than 10 years ago, it was valuable because it got me a jump start from just starting as like a line cook or a prep cook, not knowing how to do costing or how to do ordering or, like pars and just the things, the math level of cooking and the management of it. So after graduating culinary school, I understood what like the sous chefs had to do, what the executive chefs had to do. But I just wanted to start from the bottom and work my way up everywhere I worked, even graduating. So like after I graduated, I got a job at Momofuku with David Chang, and I started from the very bottom there, even though like I had decent experience to start as a line cook, but I started as a prep cook there and worked my way up to lead line cook just to learn everything from their back kitchen to their front line.
They should have you come talk, man, at these schools. Because, there are a lot, I mean, that's such a great perspective, and I admire that a lot. I think I hear a lot of folks graduate, and they kind of feel like they need to start at a higher level. But the idea of starting there for the sake of understanding how every piece of the puzzle works is so wise, man. What a smart way to go about it. Check your ego and do it the right way, and I'm sure that's benefited you a lot.
Yeah, you can't have an ego in the kitchen. There's a lot of cooks that graduated with me that got a head chef position right at school, and now they're still at the same job, and they still haven't learned that much, So there's no point of just starting management. You gotta be on the bottom and work your way up. It's the only way to do it.
For sure.
But I'm glad I went to culinary school because I made a lot of connections, a lot of networking. And it was just a good time, all the opportunities we got there. So I was pretty happy about it.
So you've done a lot of different things and traveled all over. How did you make your way to Raleigh, and how long have you been there?
Raleigh, I've been here for about a year. I was living in California with my wife and my toddler, my little 2-year-old. and we owned a small condo, and we're like, it's time to buy a house. There's no way we could afford a house in Southern California. The market is just ridiculous. So I put a lot of work into it, and I sold the thing, and my wife's best friend lives out here, and just to happen, the house went over from her, went up for sale. So we just blind bought it.
Wow.
Yeah, we just went for it, and we love it out here. Like it's great. There's a little of everything out here. So
you came to Raleigh before you had the position at Tap and Table?
that's true. Yeah, I actually had a job for City Market. They were opening a restaurant in that area, but the owner fell through a couple months in, so I applied here and luckily got the job position here.
Well, so Woody and Chris and the crew there are just really well liked and well respected in the Raleigh area. What attracted you to this organization when you were interviewing?
One, the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the beer. And then two, just after talking to them, just their philosophy on how they run their business, how very family oriented they are, and how they believe in healthcare and, like take care of yourself and then your work, so with a family, I really respected that, so they're just into it as much as I am, they want to use local ingredients, even in their beer. They want to make everything from scratch as much as possible, and that's what I wanted. And nothing too like high-end foofy, because I've been working fine dining the last couple of years, and it's time to get out. I just want to make people happy and make solid food.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, there's that's interesting. I mean,
yeah.
So you've kind of seen all of it, but
yep.
But you really like just the simple stuff, the basic stuff that people always will enjoy.
Yeah, I like casual dining, but done right.
Yep.
Like proper casual dining where the front of the house service is good. The food, every dish that goes out is the best that we could put out. Just things like that to make people happy.
Now I've been to the original Trophy Brewing, and they've got great beer and great pizza. What are you guys doing over at Tap and Table?
We do a full menu. We have everything from tater tots, loaded tater tots, poutine tots, to like an 8-ounce braised short rib with Yukon mashed potatoes, onion rings. And then we also host a lot of parties. Like we'll do full weddings here, rehearsal dinners here, a lot of catering. So we do it all. We do it all. And we try to make everything in-house too. So like on a Friday night, we could have our restaurant's 3 stories. So we could have the first 2 stories just full, and then the top bar and the patio, we could have a full wedding with ceremony and reception, everything. Yeah. So it gets pretty wild, but it's fun. And we have the kind of a small kitchen too. So it gets pretty hectic, but it's fun.
That sounds like a lot of I mean, you must have to be really good at organization and planning for stuff like that to make sure the flow works really well, and that stuff could get out of hand quickly, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's the biggest part of this job is like, I can cook, I can do the ordering, but just being organized and making the cooks be organized and on task, like hour by hour, is probably the biggest part of this job, because who knows if the party wants to go an hour early or an hour later, or change their menu. You just have to be ready for anything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What do you, so you've been in Raleigh a year. It's pretty good food scene there. Good independent restaurants.
Yep.
Good. Seems like there's good camaraderie there, like a lot of folks doing things together, helping each other, supporting each other, but also good, healthy competition. At least that's my take as an outsider.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Raleigh, I feel like a couple of years ago, Raleigh was such a small market, and now it's just blown up. But you have a lot of the OGs like Ashley Christensen, and now you have Scott Crawford just taking the game. They're expanding their restaurant group, so you just got to keep up to their par. Everyone's trying to grow and grow, and it's great because we can host, there's doing more events. Like the Thrive event they did last year was huge, and all the chefs came out for that. And then even with the hurricane that came in, like all the chefs been posting on Instagram, like let's get together, do a fundraiser. So it's pretty cool that everyone's coming together to help out and just not compete that much, but to come together and help out the community.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. What about managing all these people? What's it like to manage all the folks in the kitchen and different personalities? And I mean, do you have sort of a foundation for your, or philosophy that is, for your management style?
My previous chef, or my mentor, you can say, being a chef is like having a master's in psychology and a minor in cooking. You know, you just have to know how each person's, their attitude acts. You know, because nowadays you can't run a kitchen how you ran it 15 years ago, basically, because people will just leave. They'll just walk out. They don't want to put up with a tyrant chef, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to know your cooks, know their attitude, how you can talk to them, and basically when to talk to them. Seriously, because like I have some cooks that Thursday, Friday, they're so in the zone. Like if you bring up some random stuff they did last week, it's totally gonna throw their whole game off that night, you know. So it's just, you just gotta figure out who you're working with and just be on their level. You can't act too pompous, you know. You gotta earn their respect, basically, is what I say. Like here at Tap and Table, I started as a sous chef and then got promoted to head chef, but they all respected me right away because I just busted my butt from day one, you know. So it's just earning respect from right when you walk in the door, basically.
Yeah, you're leading by example. When
exactly.
Plus, when you've done all these jobs over the years too, you literally can empathize. That's the other part of going back.
Yep.
Like you can empathize with what it's like to be a line cook. You know, it helps you understand that role and that job and the responsibilities that come along with it from that person's perspective. And you can never. Like there's nobody that can say, well, you don't know what it's like, because you do. And so it helps to have that. It's probably a healthy perspective, I would imagine, as a manager.
Exactly. And for me, like I did 2 years in Singapore. So I worked there for 2 years, and literally was me and another guy. We were the only white cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, when people say, oh, minorities this, I was a minority too for a while, you know. But I've worked with so many different people that I finally can tune in to how they think and how you need to talk to them, you know.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like managing people. It's cool just talking to them, and it's like, you know, like they say, it's your second family because you see them the whole day. So it's cool just to hear their stories and hear what's going on in their lives too.
Is it? I mean, kitchen help is not easy to come by these days, is it?
Nope. That's why you got to treat them right now, because if I lose one or two guys, I'll be working, 75, 80-hour weeks. So yeah. So it's like, you got to treat them right and listen to what they say and want. You just got to work with them, basically,
When you bring people in, do you guys have the conversation? I mean, I would imagine there's some of this, the conversation of, look, this group has grown from, where it was when it started to where it is now, and it's continuing to. This is a family. You have opportunities to grow if you're willing to, bust it on the front end and earn it. You've got opportunities to grow here.
Oh yeah, totally. Like we have one guy that he started on the fry station, and now he's our lead line cook. And when I'm not there, the sous chef, if we have to go do an event, he's running the kitchen, and it's only time before, if Trophy opens up another place or whatever, that he will be able to at least be a sous chef at Tap and Table,
Yeah.
So, and that's our whole thing. Like, I'm trying to promote within. I'm not really into hiring a new lead line cook or a new sous chef, because it just doesn't make sense to me, These guys,
That's how that's a good aspect of the business that seems to be changing, I think, is like experience is fine and it's good and it's one thing, but man, the culture is like, I think people really realize that now. Y'all clearly do, and I think more and more people are, that that family aspect and that culture, to have that, consistency and have people that aren't coming and going all the time, because that can really just take a bite out of the flow of the organization, the efficiency of the organization, the feel of it, and having that consistent team of people to help foster that culture is like massively important. It's not something you can measure, but boy, does it have an impact on the overall experience of the guest, doesn't it?
Exactly. And like our lead line cook, he knows, like, if the owner comes in and orders his burger, he knows exactly how he likes it, or what to do when the health inspector comes, exactly what steps to take. And to reteach that over and over, it's hard, but it's either me, the sous chef, or him are always here, and we always know what happens if we have this incident or with that incident, so it's like, it's these people that I can't lose, or it's going to, one, make my life really hard, and two, it's just going to suck for everyone else in our working environment,
For sure.
And it's like, we even had a dishwasher that 2 months ago that got promoted to be a line cook. So, I just want other people to see these things, that we're not keeping them at one position or one level, that we're always looking to promote and to keep, and hate to say it too, if you can't hack it, though, we have to let you go,
Right.
So,
yeah, for sure.
So that's, I think Tap and Table, in the last year, we really found our team right now. So we're really pushing to upgrade the level week by week, and just do better food and almost everything from scratch too, as these guys are learning. So it's cool. Like, none of my guys have gone to culinary school either. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go. I mean, that's why I feel like less and less people are these days, but they're still doing really well, and so that's cool, man. Well, dude, Brian, I appreciate the time a lot. I know you're busy. It was real nice of you to take time to talk to me.
Anytime.
Yeah, dude. And I respect what y'all are doing a lot. I really, y'all are a great organization. We're stoked to serve y'all, and just keep doing what you're doing, because it's you've got a great reputation. All of you do there in Raleigh, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was awesome talking about it. Just letting people know how hard we work for just putting out a burger or some tots, but everything goes into it. So.
Well, y'all work hard, and it's and you put a lot of passion into it, clearly, and I can tell that from talking to you. So it comes across, man. Well, dude, I'm glad you're in Raleigh.
Thank you.
Next time I'm up that way, I've got some family in Cary, and I'm up there. I'm definitely going to hit Tap and Table. I haven't been, so I need to.
Yeah, definitely. You have my number, and let me know. We'll try. It'd be great to meet you too.
Absolutely.
So,
awesome. All right, Brian. Have a good one, man. Take care. We'll talk again soon.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.